think you learned the most working with Coach Harbaugh this year?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer. There's been so many things and just so much experience, and whether it's football or it's off the field. I think one of the most things that I appreciate about him the most is just how genuine and authentic he is. He's himself, 24 hours out of the day, and he does such a great job with that. And that's something that the guys really respect about him.
What's it been like for you getting Shane back this year as well?
It's been very helpful. I think he knows so much about the game, especially playing quarterback and, offenses and all the things that we talk about, that go into a game, and having him on the sideline. He's just another, a guy that you can trust on the sideline when plays break down, or when you're talking about a defense, you go to the sideline and you know that he's going to have a great feel for the game.
How much different is this preparation for the playoffs with Harbaugh than it was in the previous year?
I don't think I'd be able to answer that. I think we take every opportunity as they come, and this is a huge game for us, and we're really looking forward to it. And we got to be at our best all week, and have a great week of preparation.
You've been able to achieve a lot in terms of just like your personal, the numbers you've been able to put up throughout your career and the milestones you've hit. But what would it mean for you to get a playoff win?
Yeah, I think our whole purpose as this team is to win games, and we got to take it one game at a time. And we've got a very good opponent that we're playing on Saturday, and so for us, we have to have our focus and dialed in all week and have a great week of preparation. And we really do take it 1 week at a time, and that would mean everything to us.
For this week, what would it mean to get a playoff win?
It would mean everything for us. We take it 1 week at a time, and this is the most important game, this year, because it's the next one, and we've got a very good team that we're playing on Saturday.
And the Texans have been really successful sacking the quarterback and getting interceptions. What have you seen on film from that defensive group?
Exactly that. They've done such a great job of getting after the passer and causing turnovers. So you got to be smart. You got to understand where the hots are, get the ball out quickly, and avoid those sacks.
Jim mentioned today that he felt like these last 3 weeks for you guys offensively were you guys pretty efficient, sort of in the result of the chemistry kind of coming together for you guys on offense. Obviously, injuries during training camp, plantar fascia, ankle sprain, maybe you guys haven't had as much time to gel on the practice field as you would have liked to coming the season and through the season. Do you feel like the last 3 weeks is maybe evidence of the fruits of your labor and the chemistry coming together offensively?
Yeah, I think it definitely can be. I think it does take some time to get used to an offense, and the guys that we've had here, we've been through a couple of offenses, and so now that those guys have a great feel for what they're doing out there, we've had a bunch of reps together, a bunch of experience. I think that's only going to help, and they've done a great job picking it up and adjusting on the fly, and especially going in at halftime and talking about things that we need to do better or how we need to adjust. They're able to do that, and I think that's when we're at our best for sure.
Does this team feel particularly close in terms of the relationships? Or everyone's wearing the hats and different gear that Jim's giving y'all after wins or anything like that? Does it feel like you guys are particularly closer this season?
I would say so, yeah.
And how is that different at all from past years in terms of how close you guys are?
No, I think that's the great thing about sharing a locker room with those guys is the amount of respect you have for one another. And at the same time, understanding that we're all for one common goal, and it's to win games. And I think this year we've just done a great job of getting together and trusting each other and playing ball for each other.
What do you think's allowed you guys to be so effective on play action this year? Because I think you're running it on nearly 30 of your dropbacks.
Yeah, I think we've done a great job of marrying the run and the pass game and making things look similar, and I think that's where Coach Roman has done such a great job of putting the two together. And I think having the threat of being able to run the ball out of a certain set and then being able to throw the ball out of the same set, it's tough on defenses, and especially the guys that we have coming out of the backfield, the offensive line, getting up after the D line, everyone goes into it, and then great routes on the outside as well.
Is the play phase always been something that you felt you've excelled at, or was that something you had to work on more during OTAs and off-season this year?
I think it's definitely something you can work on, and I think that's where Shane Day has done such a great job, and we've talked about it for years of how you can imitate, a run play and make sure that the defense is thinking it's run play and at the same time not getting out of position to throw the ball. So I think that's where he comes in, and he's done such a great job of just teaching us, and especially that quarterback room where we've got a great feel for the play action game.
You mentioned Jim being sort of authentic 24 hours a day all the time. the way that he operates and just how authentic he is, does that motivate or encourage you to be authentic and to be yourself in any way?
Yeah, I think it could. You know, I think his main goal is to win, and I think that's what's most authentic about him is he's a competitor. And you know, we've always talked about it, whether it's ping pong or tennis or golf, no matter what it is, he's going to try and win. And to have that as a coach, and the amount of respect we have for that, that's all his focus is about is how do we beat the Texans, and that's what we're working on this week of, all the preparation that we put into it, and to have a guy like that leading the charge, it's been really good for us.
The team went 6-3 on the road this year, a pretty good record. Why would you guys have been on the road this year, and then what will it take to do it again in Houston?
That's a good question. I think it's just a good week of preparation and going out there and understand that we're just playing ball, and whether it's at home or whether it's away, it's about us. It's about the guys in the huddle in that locker room. So as long as we're able to do that, we've been pretty good there.
Just with, like, the different kind of gifts Jim has had in your guys' locker throughout the season, like the shirts or like the lunch pails or anything like that. Like, what does that kind of gift from your coach or token from your coach mean to you guys?
I think they're cool memories. Especially the sweatshirts where it's remembering a big game or a primetime game, and I think those are cool moments to share and to understand that those were big games for us. Those are season-defining games, and to have a sweatshirt like that where you can wear it around and be proud of it, I think it's really cool for the guys.
What was the first time, maybe during off-season workouts or something that Jim said where you were like, this guy's definitely different?
I think when he talked about remembering the day that he was born was probably the first day that he kind of told us the whole story and how he remembered looking out the window, and I think it was a cold, snowy day. I really hope he does remember that. That'd be pretty cool.
Does it shock you at times also too, like when he comes out like wearing the same shoes that you've been wearing and everything? Because he said once, he's like, saw those shoes, I asked our equipment guy, I want those shoes too.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool, and I think he just loves the game of football, and you love to be around a guy like that, and especially when we're warming up for games and he's out catching passes from me, and I think that's just cool that he's a part of it, and he wants to play quarterback, and he sits in the meetings with us, and we talk about football all the time, and the amount that we learn from him is, I can't even begin to tell you how much. And so it's really cool to be able to share that with him, learn from him. And if he's wearing my shoes, cool. That's awesome. He can have my shoes. But I think it's just cool to be around him.
On the memory front, when you have a new coach come in, how long does it take you to learn the playbook backwards and forwards?
A long time. Especially to have a feel for why he's calling a certain play, with Coach Roman and understanding, all the different checks and all the different things that go into, especially what he wants from this offense. I feel like we're always getting better. It definitely takes a long time, and it's something that you can't really learn in just camp or OTAs where you're not really facing a true defense and you're not feeling the true pressure. But I think we've done a good job of picking it up over the year. We've gotten better, and I definitely feel like we're better now than we were when we began.
Are you familiar with the catch, the Montana to Dwight Clark pass in the he won championship game?
Yeah.
Do you know that clip? Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I asked, Jim just compared your throw to Ladd on the 2-point conversion to that. Said it might have been a tougher throw for you than for Montana because you were kind of hit as you threw. What's kind of your?
I don't know if I agree with that. I think he had a pretty tough throw. Thankfully I had Ladd running across and I saw him, and Ladd was the one that really made the great play on that because he comes from all the way across the field, is able to beat that man coverage and to be able to have a guy like that in the end zone to know exactly where he's going to be. I thought that was a great play by him.
You didn't have too tall Jones in your face.
Yeah, yeah. I had good vision on the play.
Does Jim say stuff like that to you when you guys are in the quarterback room, like watching film together? Where he's just like, told us that, greatest quarterback of all time, and he said that, there's not a gene in your body that you wouldn't want. Like, does he say that stuff to you?
Yeah, no, this is the first that I'm aware of it.
So, I guess, is the way that he talks to us about you different than, does he say this stuff to you, to your face as well?
He'll say like when we're watching film, he'll say like good ball or like that's a great pass or things like that. And so I just say thank you and we move on. But that's cool. I mean, it's good to hear.
The jeans and the shoes and all that. I mean, to some of us, it sounds like something out of Single White Female, but I mean, I don't know.
The one thing he did say to me is I do have, I think, 7,000 passing yards to go to pass him. He congratulated me in front of the team and then said, "You've only got 7,000 more to pass me." So I got my work cut out for me.
15 years in the league.
Yeah.
Justin, did you know Ezekiel Elliott at all before he arrived here?
Personally, no. Just, a fan of him, watching him. Had a ton of respect for him, but it's cool to see him around, and he's picked it up pretty quickly and was out there today, so it's cool to have him around.
I know he's on the press squad, but is there anything extra you do with him to help him pick it up as quickly as possible if he becomes a need somewhere down the road?
I'm sure I'd love to help him. I think he's only been here for an hour or two, so that's maybe something that we'll get into. But he's a smart player. He'll be able to pick it up pretty quickly.
What is it like to see a front office? Because, I mean, in a playoff week, adding players is rare, but to see a front office, even this week, going down at the last minute, trying to tweak the roster as best they can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for those guys because I don't really know the rules. I didn't know you were allowed to do anything like that. So, that's why we got them, and they do their job up there. So, it just gives us confidence, that we got the right team out here, we got the guys, and they're looking for more. And that it gives you comfort knowing that we're going to put our best team out there. And whether that's all the guys here or whether we're going to go find them, it's all about winning.
Justin, does this week feel different?
I don't know. I think it's just another week of opportunity for us. We've put in all this work in OTAs and in fall camp to get to this position. It's a new season for us, and I would say the guys just want to go out there and have a great week of practice and go out there and play fast, play free, and have fun out there.
And Justin, seeing as obviously a new coach, entirely different roster, but for you personally, having playoff experience, is there anything from that experience that you felt that makes postseason football different that you're carrying into this postseason appearance?
I've only played in one game, and I think the most important thing is just to trust yourself, to go out there and know that, we didn't get here by chance or by luck, and we've put in the work in OTAs and in fall camp, like I said, where, we've earned this spot and nothing else is given, and this is all that we've got, and, we got to survive. We got to go out there and make plays and trust that we know what we're doing, and trust with the coaches, the training staff, whatever it might be, to go out there and play the way that we know we can.
For the guys still on this roster from 2 years ago, has Jacksonville come up? Do you think it'll come up anytime this week about putting that as in the rearview mirror and putting that to rest?
No, I don't think so. I think you never let a previous game affect your next one, and whether that is, there have been plenty of games that we've won and lost over the past couple of years, and we haven't brought those up, or we haven't brought certain wins up, and so I think for us it's just important to go out there and execute the game plan, focus on the guys in that locker room, focus on the guys on the field, and do our job, and as long as we're able to do that, that's where we got to be.
Have you felt at all this season like there's been maybe less of a weight on your shoulders as the quarterback, just given how your defense is played, given having Jim as your head coach, a guy who's won at all these different levels? Has it felt different in that regard at all, as far as what's on your shoulders?
I would say that my job as a quarterback has kind of been the same, and the important thing for me is to go out there and put the team in a position to win, whether that's in the run game, going through all the checks and kills that Coach Roman and I would talk about, or whether that's throwing the ball downfield, and understanding that, that I say them all the time, and I probably bore you guys out of, but the three things of executing on third down, scoring points in the red zone, and limiting turnovers. And as long as I'm able to do that and get my job done, that's really all I can worry about.
How much is having that run game also taken maybe a bit of weight off your shoulders, especially early in the season when you were trying to come back from a foot injury and still getting up to speed with the receivers?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely helps our offense. We're at our best when we're able to run, throw, and have that play action game. So when we're able to do all three of those things, we're able to score points, we're able to move the ball, and give our defense some rests and some breaks on the sideline. And I think when we're able to do that, we're at our best, and our team's playing well.
Justin, nobody's 100% at this time in the season, health-wise. How healthy are you, and how healthy is this Charger team going into this playoff?
I can tell you that I'm getting better. You know, I think you know, it's a tough game. It's football, and you know, I don't think, like you said, no one's at 100%. But as long as we're going out there playing as best as we can, you know, I can't answer on the rest of the team. I'm sure they'd be able to give you that answer, but I know that I'm feeling better and doing everything I can to be at my best on Saturday.